Hey guys, welcome to the first video of my Learning Java series. This is going to be somewhat of a beginner series for those who are trying to learn Java as their first programming language. So if you are someone who already has programming experience, this is probably not going to be the right series for you. So in this video, we have three objectives. The first one is to download the JDK and set up our environment. The second one is to download an IDE and set it up for programming. And then the last one is to write our very first program, which simply prints Hello World to the console. So one thing I would like to note is that the setup process is going to be different based upon which operating system you are using. I'm using Windows here, and my assumption is that most of you guys are using Windows. So if you are using macOS or any of the Linux distros, know that the process will be different. However, there's a lot of guides online on how to set that up, and the process is pretty straightforward. Alright, let's start off by opening a web browser. From here, we can search up Download JDK. The first option is good. This one is the JDK from Oracle. Go to JDK Download, and then I'm going to be using the Windows installer here. Accept the terms and conditions, and then go ahead and click Download. Alright, now we can execute our file in order to start the installation process. Alright. Okay, so here is where things are going to get just a little bit tricky. We're going to have to add Java to our environmental variables so that we can use the JDK we just installed. So let's start by searching up path and then clicking on the first option that shows up. From here, we're going to click environmental variables, and you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff pop up. Go down to system variables and then look for path. This one right here. Then we're going to click Edit. So now the second part of this task is that we have to look for the directory where our JDK is installed. So we can do this by going down to File Explorer. If you follow the default installation and did not modify or touch anything during the installation of the JDK, it should be located at Local Disk, Program Files, Java, JDK, bin. This is the path that we need to set to here. So we can go ahead, click on this once, and then we can copy this. Then we can go here, get a new entry here by double-clicking, and then just paste it. We're good to go. So now we can click OK, OK, OK. Now to verify that this actually worked, let's go down to Command Prompt and click type in Java C. If you get an output that is similar to this, that means that your computer now is able to find Java C as well as Java, the two commands that are used when compiling and running Java programs. So if you get something like this, you're good to go. If not, you might have done something wrong in the process where you were setting the path. So you might have to go back, double check, make sure that you got the right file directory that you are sticking into the environmental variables. So now let's work on installing an IDE. Let's close this real quick. Now going back to our web browser, let's go ahead and Google Java IDE. As you can see from here, there are a whole bunch of options, but we are going to be using JGrasp specifically. So double click on that, and then we can go to the home page. Go to the upper right corner where it says Download JGrasp, and then choose the correct installer based upon your operating system. Since I'm running Windows, I'm going to pick the first one right here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and execute this. Alright, JGrasp has now been installed. Let's go ahead and open up JGrasp. Alright, so quick thing before we start programming, there is one thing I want to change in settings. So we're going to go to Settings, Then we're going to go down to Font, and then go to the CSD tab. Since I already downloaded JGrasp in the past before, this has already been changed for me, but most likely this is going to be a default. It's going to be like checked, and it's going to say 3 right here. But the default in JGrasp is 3 spaces for each tab, but the Java standard is 4 spaces per tab. So we're going to change that by just unclicking this, and then it's going to be set at 3 the first time. Just go ahead and drag it up to 4 and apply, and you're good to go. Alright, so just a quick tour on JGrasp really quick. So this is where you can access and basically look at browse through files, so to speak. Here is your console. So this is your compiler. When you compile programs, it's going to show messages here, and then any kind of input and output from your program, so any kind of interaction, it's going to come from run IO. And here, right now it's blank right now because we don't have anything, but this is the text editor. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on our Hello World program. So let's start by going to File, New, and then Java. So this is going to be a little bit confusing, but just bear with me and just follow me word for word. So we're going to go public, class, and then hello world. Then we're going to go ahead and do public, static, void main, string, bracket, bracket, args. Then we're going to do system.out.println hello world. Then we're going to do Control S to save. It should automatically give you the same name as this little bit of text right here, so these 2 names should match. So go ahead and click Save, and then we're going to click the little running man, which will compile and run our program. As you can see, for a second it showed us the compile messages, and then it jumped to run input output, where it showed us our output, hello world. So that right there is your very first Java program. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments below if there's anything better I can do for any future videos. Any kind of feedback would be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys, and stay tuned for the next video.